lot of video games.
How much you want on that?
2 and 2, 22. Woo, woo, woo. No.
Yeah, this is the one for the box. What about the best?
That's 3.
I'll just do it for 150.
Sounds good.
How about that?
Guys, I just realized something. Even though it is garage sale season and I have been putting out garage sale content, I haven't actually shown you guys any footage from me garage sailing here in Chicago. That's because I only share like a fraction of what I do here on YouTube because I only put out one video a week, but I wanted to show you what some sales were like here. So this week I took the camera out and filmed a few sales, and I actually ended up scoring some pretty cool stuff. Let me show you.
All right, let's see what's in store for us today.
So here we are at the first sale of the day. I actually got to the sale a little bit early, about 15 minutes early, and as you can see, not everything was completely set up. A lot of the stuff was piled in the grass and not laid out on tables yet, but I figured I'd still go ahead and look around, and this caught my eye immediately.
Oh, super scope. That's cool. How much you want on that? Or is this your sale?
No. This stuff over here isn't ready yet. Over here.
Okay, should I not pick this up yet?
Not yet.
Okay.
You want that?
Yeah.
Well, you could put it over here, I guess, when he comes back. You know, you can look around.
Okay.
So like I thought, this sale had not 100% been set up yet, and this guy in the blue shirt was one of the 3 gentlemen that was setting up their stuff, but it turns out the guy who owns the Super Scope had actually gone back to his house to get more stuff, so he was not there at the moment to tell me a price. In the meantime though, he said go ahead and start making a pile, so that's exactly what I did.
That's cool. Valkyrie profile. Little Halloween bin. Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, I got a DS. A little Yoshi. Yeah, I'm just gonna make a pile until this guy gets here.
As you're seeing here, there was some pretty cool stuff inside this box, including this bag that had not only a Nintendo DS XL, but also this little Yoshi case that I didn't realize at the beginning it is actually a game case. And just look at the games that were in there. There's some pretty good ones. On the top row we got Wipeout, Lego Batman, and a little memory card unit, but down here at the bottom there's some really good games. We got Mario, Pokemon Platinum, which is like a $100 game, and Kirby. And there were also 2 Game Boy Advance games, Need for Speed Underground and Cars, as well as the charger for the DS. And these were not the only video game things hidden away inside this box.
Little Game Boy. Turbo graphics. That's wild. I don't know the last time I found the turbo graphics in the wild.
At this point I was realizing that there was a lot of stuff in this box that I wanted to grab, so I went and took this little cardboard tray out, which ended up being filled with even more things that I wanted to grab. And the other things that I ended up grabbing were a few different NES controllers, Tetris and Ice Hockey on the NES, Tecmo Super Bowl on the Genesis, a handful of these original G.I. Joe file cards, the official Nintendo Player's Guide, and lastly from 1992 this Video Games magazine, and I picked it up because on the front it has this holographic print of Sonic the Hedgehog 2, which I thought was just super cool. And I want to mention here at this point I was trying to be pretty selective with what I was grabbing because I realized after going through some of this stuff, whoever stuff this is, whoever sale this is, they are probably a reseller themselves because a lot of this stuff is the type of stuff that resellers go after at other garage sales and estate sales and places like that.
Why certainly? Don't do that, John. It hurts. Hold it.
That's pretty good.
How much is 1 and 1? I love it. 2 and 2, 22. Woo, woo, woo. No. How much my fee? I don't know. He's gonna be bad.
That guy right there was an absolute character. He was also one of the sellers at the sale, and while I was looking through all the boxes on this side, he had already finished setting up his stuff, so I went over there and found a few things to buy from him.
Did you say these ones are yours?
Yeah,
Yeah,
all these
okay.
clothes. All the t-shirts are $1 unless they're, and the long sleeves are 2 unless they're something like this.
Jersey.
This
yeah.
is 5. This is like a $60,
Makes
$70
sense.
jersey. And the leather coat, which is 5.
Okay.
The highest thing on here is $5.
Cool.
So anywhere from $1 to 5. If they're a brand name shirts, those are, you know.
What about the vest?
That's 3.
I'll take it for 3.
And that's like brand new.
Yeah, I'll take it for 3.
All the stuff, whatever. Some of that stuff got tags on it. Whatever's here, it's all been washed. I washed all my clothes.
Okay, cool.
So.
Now those are the kinds of prices I like to hear at garage sales. $3 for that vest is an absolute steal, so I was hoping to find a few more pieces on this clothing rack, and I did. Check this out.
Oh, look at there. Some rocks. Top thing's $5. We'll take it.
I got some bears.
Some brand new Levi's. I got 3 things right here. I got that one, and 2 pairs of jeans.
Oh yeah.
These ones are new.
Yeah, let's see. Yeah, look at that. $60.
Yeah, Levi's.
It fit. Okay. Give me $10 for everything.
That works.
Fair enough.
Yep, I'm easy to work with here.
Yeah.
Sounds good. There's $10.
Okay.
Thank you. I'll take these to my car, and I guess I'll wait for him to get back here.
He'll be back here. Yeah, I'll go pick up another load.
So at this point, I had been at the sale for like 15 or 20 minutes. I ended up going back over to the boxes that I hadn't searched yet, picked up 1 or 2 more items to add to my pile, and I went over to the other clothing rack where I found these 2 t-shirts.
1991 World Champions. Oh, look at that. 93.
And then finally, the owner of that huge pile of stuff arrived at the sale.
Grab that.
Give me a couple minutes to get some
You're
of
good,
the stuff
man.
out, and then we'll.
I'm gonna run this stuff to the car. I bought it off of
Oh, that guy.
him, yeah.
I don't know if you're still looking. Okay.
Did I run into you at a state sale a few weeks back?
You probably did.
I
don't
think
know.
so.
Yeah.
I was like, your voice sounds so
I've been meaning to have my
familiar.
sale for a long time, but my buddy had surgery on his leg, so I haven't had a chance to. Anyways, you're buying some good stuff.
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
You know, I know. $250 everything.
250.
Yep. And I know who you are, and that's
Yeah,
a big
yeah.
deal. Original box.
I know that was
Yeah.
that's cool. This one's gonna stay with me.
I know. So yeah, I know who you are, and I know you collect stuff. So $250, I'm giving. That's a hookup.
Would you do 225?
I'm firm. Today's the first day.
It's understandable.
1 hour. Put it right there, son.
Let me add everything up in my head to make sure, and then
yeah.
So in the end, I ended up paying $250 for everything that you just saw, which is a little bit more than I was initially intending to pay for this stuff. But considering some of this stuff is going to be staying with me, like the box Super Scope, I think that ended up being a pretty fair deal for both of us. Not to mention, he was a seller that I had seen out at other estate sales, so I know he has some more really good stuff, and I actually got his contact info to hopefully, fingers crossed, go and pick his house at some point.
You never been to my house. You should see the shit I got.
really, yeah, you were telling me in line how you had so much
Dude,
stuff.
I got, and this is just this is nothing.
And while this sale was a really cool one, it was not the only sale that I went to this week. In fact, it's not even the best sale that I went to this week. For that, we need to head over to a community sale that happened, and I ended up scoring something at the very first sale that I stopped at. This jacket right here.
How much? $10? Yeah, I'll do $10 on that.
Okay.
I got a bag in my backpack, yeah.
Something
Yeah.
from
10, thank you.
Thank you so much.
All right, so here was our first pickup of the day. It's a North Face down jacket, and if we look down here on the sleeve, we can see it is a 550 downfill jacket, which is what that number is. So that is an awesome little score right there.
But following that first sale, I went to a few more sales and just wasn't finding a ton of stuff outside of this one little playset right here.
Polly Pocket. Don't you want a little playset?
A quarter.
I'll give you $1 for it.
But then there was this next sale where I made the find of the day.
Eight gigabyte, 256 M1 chip. This works all right.
We can plug it in and check. Honestly, I've never used it, so I don't know.
Here you can see me checking out the bottom of the Mac Mini, and that's because I'm looking for the model number to make sure it matches up with the model that is displayed on the box, to make sure the boxes weren't swapped out at some point.
I'm just making sure the models match up.
I hope so.
This is something that I always try to check, and I am glad that I did in this case because it was the wrong unit in the box.
It's actually a different model in there.
Is it?
Yeah, yeah.
I wonder if it's the one right there.
It might be. 2348. Yeah, this is the one for the box.
Well, I'll give you the better deal on that one. That's $75.
True. That's 75, and I'd be interested in the POS systems too.
Sure.
So that'd be,
You want one or multiple?
I'd buy them all.
Both, okay.
And how much is on the cameras?
I'll do $10.
Okay.
How much?
I'm trying to make it easy.
Yep, we'll do it.
All right, so I've got all this. I'll just do it for $150.
Sounds good.
How about that?
It works. Let me see if I got the cash, and if I don't, I'll Venmo you.
Okay.
So I ended up paying $150 for everything at that sale, and I'll show it to you guys here in just a second, but it's worth quite a bit more than that. Our first item here is this bag of cameras that I got, and inside here there were 4 of these Waze V3 cameras, and I've actually sold these before, and they go for around 20 bucks a piece. Next up here we got a couple of POS systems, and I actually ended up doing a lot better on these than I initially thought. When I initially saw these guys, I thought they were worth about 75 bucks a piece, but it turns out after doing a bit of research, the comps are kind of all over the place, but they look like they're ranging anywhere between 150 to 250 bucks each. And not only were there 3 of those, there was also 2 of these. These are also part of the POS system, but they're just for reading the credit card chips, and each one of these looks like it's worth about $55. So I'm already sitting in pretty good profit with just this stuff right here, but then there was this. It's obviously a Mac Mini, but the reason I decided to pick this specific one up was because it has the M1 chip in it, which was an indicator that this is a relatively new model of Mac Mini, like within the last 5 or 6 years. And after looking this guy up and finding similar comps and making sure the specs were the same as this specific model, it looks like I should be able to sell this guy for $400. Home run, baby, let's go! Anyways, I did continue the community sale and picked up 1 or 2 small items, but I'm going to go ahead and end things there on a high note. So while I do hope that you guys all enjoyed coming along with me for these yard sales, I'm going to go ahead and wrap things up here because I got a lot of listing to do. So thank you guys all once again for liking, commenting, and subscribing. I will see you guys in the next one. Till next time, keep on treasure hunting. Peace!